What's going on, guys? Chad back with you here on the RC Models and More channel, and look what we have right here. Yes, that is the DJI Spark, and I am currently doing a firmware update. I just took it out of the box, have everything all charged up, and I have the Fly More package, which came with the remote. Everybody knows about this and how everything works. Everything works with Wi-Fi, so it comes connected to this. So I had to go into my Wi-Fi settings on my phone, and it's kind of tricky because you got to go back and forth to download the update, then reconnect your Wi-Fi to the Spark to upload the firmware update. So it's kind of tricky. The Wi-Fi password is on the bottom. In order to get it into binding mode with the phone, you turn it on and you hold in the button for 6 seconds, and then it'll show up in your settings. So real quick, while this is doing the update, I did get the Fly More package. Here's the charger that comes with it, with the extra battery. Pretty nice. No big deal there, nothing crazy. The bag that it comes with is nice. Of course, it's always befuddles me why DJI does not make the bags just a little bit bigger to carry everything with you. You probably could. I'll have to mess around with it and see what I can muster up, but you can get the Spark and the remote and propellers and stuff like that in there. It's going to be a tight squeeze, but it is a nice bag. I think it is definitely a little bit big. It's definitely bigger and more functional than the bag that comes with the actual Mavic Fly More combo. So this here, nothing is different at all. When I turned on the aircraft, it told me that there was a new firmware version available. It gives me the change log here, and I'm just go ahead and updating that. And as soon as it's done, we'll see what's going on here next. Alright, so the update is complete, and throughout the update it is kind of annoying that it just keeps on dropping the connection on and off, and you have to connect and reconnect and everything. So that's kind of annoying. Not sure if that is just a DJI thing or if that is just an iPhone thing. Like right now it reconnected to my home network, and I can tell because you can see these lights flashing here. So I have to go into my Wi-Fi settings and reconnect. I mean, it sounds like it's a pain in the neck and it's a lot of work, but not really. So it's connected now. These should stop flashing. Yep, there they go. And it does say down here that it is connected and you can start your flight. Press on the update button again just to see what pops up. Collecting version info, latest version, everything's good. So I'm going to click on the start the flight. I have to activate my Spark. I agree. Put in the aircraft name and choose your units. We'll turn off beginner mode. We'll turn on advanced gesture control. Gives you some warnings about how to get the best out of gesture control. So obviously make sure that your prop guards are on, keep your fingers away, and use it in windless open areas with sufficient light so the sensors can work. That's one thing I've been seeing online, that people are doing these in not the best contrasted lighting conditions, where the camera on the front can't distinguish you. So there's flight simulator and tutorials, all that good stuff. Let's just click on start flight in here and let's see how it goes. So let me reposition the camera here and show you guys what's going on. So we've got your normal DJI screen there. As far as that goes, we exit out of there, and there is the Spark's main flying screen, pretty much similar to what we are used to. Some features are missing, some are not. Of course, here's your joysticks and everything like that. They have a sensitivity setting. There's your gimbal control. Camera features are up here. A lot of stuff missing on there, that's for sure. Video mode. I mean, there's just not all of the stuff on there that we're used to seeing. You know, not able to select different video sizes or anything. There's your camera controls. We have a white balance. We have the camera OSD and histogram. That's pretty much it. Now we go up here into our aircraft settings. Return to home altitude is set. Max flight distance is limited, of course. We'll check out our IMU. IMUs look good, so I'm not going to do an IMU calibration. There's all of our obstacle avoidance information, Wi-Fi information. Here's the joystick, everything where you can change your sensitivities. So I'm going to turn mine down a little bit. I'll play with those outside. Battery warnings. Put that down to 20%. That's where I like to run mine down to. Gimbal stuff, live broadcasting, caching your videos, recording audio. Okay, so you got all that stuff, but it's pretty normal and pretty standard stuff for DJI. So I'm all connected and everything to the Spark. I'm getting my Wi-Fi signal, and it's basically looks just like a cell phone signal. I don't know. I say let's take this thing outside and fly it. Alright, so we're gonna put this little puppy down and see what happens here. It's a good practice maiden flight here because it is kind of windy, and I'm just going to go ahead and test it out just using the mobile device just to see how easy this is, because this is tailored to people like my future wifey behind the camera that have never flown a drone before but would love to just capture every moment of her life with her and her friends and their wildness. I have to go into the Wi-Fi mode and connect to it again. I can see this is something that's probably going to drive people crazy, but it's so easy with multitasking with these phones. It's not really a big deal. So I had to confirm that I am allowed to fly in my zone here. So the Spark's right there. I'm going to hit the record button, and I'm just going to hit the little launch button, and it's going to take off. Pitch the gimbal down a little bit. It's kind of funny that it flies and works so good like this. Test out the obstacle avoidance. So it detects me. Recording this, and it detects me using the obstacle avoidance right here. Still pretty freaking amazing that we have something like this after a couple years. This hobby is just progressing insanely. So I guess the next thing I have to do is I have to bring it in and I have to use the force. So I'm going to lower it down a little bit, and I'm going to click on the multiple flight modes, and let's try this gesture. My hand. I see the lights blinking now. Whoa! You have to go really slow. And it's really sketchy out here in the wind. What do you say? So now I stopped it and backed away. Let's get it. So here you can see just how well the spark holds its position in the wind, and these are pretty big winds that were blowing here, and I had to voice this over just because it was almost impossible to hear from the camcorder. But I was super impressed with how well this thing did in the wind. Now here's the exact same shot, except coming from the spark. There's no color correction or anything done, no extra stabilization tricks or anything. You can see it just slightly drifting in the wind, just doing its thing. I'm not one for gimmick modes and everything, but that's pretty much what the spark is all about. Here I was just testing the active track. Works as promised. I look forward to testing this out a little bit more in the future. And here's a picture that I took of the spark with me when I was playing around with the gesture mode. Obviously it needs scaled and sized properly for the video, but I didn't want to take the time to do it. And this is about one of the best nighttime pictures I could get. Obviously with a small sensor you're just not going to be able to capture much, but it looks pretty decent. Unfortunately it's just JPEGs. You can take 3 or 5 and stack them, but without shooting it raw you're really not going to get much when it comes to low light performance. So guys, a couple quick things about the Spark. First of all, I really love it. It's an amazing piece of technology, and I'm going to put out more videos on it that go into more specifics, just to kind of show the average person what it is capable of and what you can actually do with it. There we go, block that light. Some of you big YouTube people probably have seen Philip Bloom's movie that he did, shooting a spark with a spark and only using the spark and a wireless mic. Really awesome. Obviously I'm not a filmmaker, I'm just a drone junkie and everything like that, so you'll get what you can get from me. Now it flies great with just the phone, even better, and a lot more fun with the remote because you can do things like sports mode, and you can hook in a cable and your DJI goggles as well. But out here in the decent country, I've had no issues with Wi-Fi. The sticks on the phone are very responsive, The shooting modes generally work as advertised. Gesture mode does take some time to get used to. I think it's one of the first times I've ever actually went to the DJI website and watched tutorial after tutorial after tutorial to learn how to do them properly. So maybe I'll do a video on that, but I don't think I can cover that any better than it already has been. You know, the video quality, it is what it is. You know, it's meant to capture quick, easy, decent looking video. If you have kids or you're an active type of person that just wants to capture memories, then I mean, it is definitely made for you. Obviously, if you want better looking quality and stuff, you'll need to go with Mavic or Mavic 2 whenever it comes out. But the Spark is it's a lot more. It's cool. It's a lot more intriguing than I thought it was going to be. So anyway, thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you later.